got 2 free tonight. Interested?
What's the pay?
2 rolls each, after my cut.
What are the gigs?
I got a grave and a grab.
Who's grave?
Some comic said the wrong thing about the wrong guy. I'll send you his cred.
And the grab?
Usual place, usual client.
Send him my way.
Yes, ma'am. And Celeste?
What?
Good luck out there. Storm's coming and I ain't talking about the weather. Keep your ears up and your eyes open.
Uh-huh. I didn't order a hooker. I know you're not a hooker.
Then what am I? I don't have to make a mess, but I will.
Is it painful?
As a dreamless sleep.
Is this for the fascist sloth joke?
I don't know.
Could you shoot me? Actually? I've done a lot of jokes about being murdered by some big office clown who couldn't get it. It's pretty funny that it's actually happening. Good last bit. You know?
Welcome to my world. Won't you still happen now and then. Step into my heart, leave your cares behind.
Good morning, honey. I have to head out a little early to the office, but I'll see you when you get in later. I wanted to let you know that I took Cindy to school and the dog's been fed, but he's outside because he tore up another pillow again, so don't let him in quite yet. Well, I'll see you in a few hours, and I hope you have a lovely morning. Love you. Bye.
And the door will open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you'll be given the key to this world of mine. I'll be waiting here with my arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to my world. Waiting just for you.
Hello?
Holy fucking shit! What the fuck?
Holy
I can pay you more, I swear to God! I was saying, hey, I can give you more. I swear I can give you more. I just need to move a couple things around, but it'll be fine. I swear.
What I can do for you and your family will be much better than whatever they're doing for you and your family, but if I just wait for you... Joe, you seem like a really reasonable guy, and I feel like if we just talked about this a little bit more, then... What... How did you... What are you gonna do?
is causing some trouble. Somebody's got something on him, and it's time to lose him. Call up the missus and send her out there for him, and task a soup with the business. It's been needing a revamp anyway. Notify when it's been straightened out.
This is your first course in preparing for an office job. You're starting a new career. It can be fun, or it can be hard. It all depends on the way you look at things, your attitude. For instance, you'll be working in an office. Well, don't forget the golden rule works there just as it does anywhere else. Treat others as you want to be treated. Here's how it applies to an office. First, of course, know your job. Enjoy it, but also enjoy the people that you're working with. Be considerate of them, and be considerate of your employer. Remember those simple rules of office etiquette, and you'll get along in the business world. Now then, let's do skill building practice 8. Say margin. Begin typing when ready.
Got me doing? What is it?
None of your concern.
You don't know, do you? What am I doing with it?
Making a drop a few blocks from here. Someone else will pick it up from there.
Easiest job of my life.
Don't jinx it.
If you were to ask me who was the best to ever do it, I'd say Jack the Ripper. My number 2 would be Clarence. He passed through this way a couple of times, you know? Saw him a few times, spoke to him once. He wasn't what you'd expect. He was a fucking weirdo for sure. I might even call him a homicidal maniac. You have to be when you play the game he was playing. But I wouldn't call him a psycho. A lot of people did, labeled him. People who'd never met him. Calling them all kinds of names, usually ending with Path. No one's ever mistaken me for a shrink, but I don't think he was socio or psycho. There's something seriously fucked with him, but like I said, you can't be wired like Joe with his 9 to 5 and his cookie cutter suit and his family you could buy for sale down at the corner store to play the game Clarence was playing. You need a different output. You still do. That or be on antidepressants. Clarence was built for it, and I never saw, or I guess heard, anyone play it better. He was a true professional. Don't get many of those nowadays without a boss of their own and a 401k. If you were asking me for my number 2, it'd for sure be him. I'd pick Clarence. You know what always got me about Clarence? It was the way he did it. He wasn't your amateur smuck with 2 silenced pistols and a tragic past. I never heard of him using a gun. Never saw him carry one either. From what I heard, and this is just what I heard, if I'd seen, I wouldn't be on this side of the plane of existence gabbing to you about it. But what I heard was that he only ever used his belt. Some guys in that field leave their messes. Just leave them for someone to find. You get a lot of them nowadays. Just laziness. Clarence wasn't lazy. He did the job to completion. You need the drive and the stomach to do a thing like that. The drive to do the job properly. To take real pride in your work. Not like what we got today. Doing it for the cash and nothing else. It's disgusting is what it is. No self-respect. You need the stomach to... yeah. Well, you know. How else do you get rid of a body?
cleaned any of this while I was taking her to daycare?
It's gonna be a bad day, isn't it?
Can't all be good.
It's very nice to meet you, Mr. and Mrs. Martin. May I sit? We have much to discuss, and I'm not much of a tree trunk, I'm afraid.
It's very nice to meet you too, Miss Supervisor. It's not often we get someone from your department visiting.
There's a cold about, you know.
Of course, of course. Can't catch a cold in your line of work.
Right. So may I?
Go ahead.
Thank you.
You're late.
I'm not bound by your timetable, Mrs. Martin. The only schedule that matters is management's, and that's what I operate under. You too operate on that schedule under the guidance of said management. Whatever you write in your agenda with your pink pen is of little interest to me, and I'm certainly not shackled to it. Would you have any water? I've been driving all day, and I am parched beyond belief.
I can get you some water.
So what are you doing here?
Rearrangement of resources. Management is very concerned.
Concerned about what?
The way you and your husband conduct business.
And they're just now sending you after 5 years of no complaints.
The system moves slow.
Too slow.
Slow enough to ensure accuracy. Quality takes time.
Quality.
You're very lucky, Mrs. Martin, that I'm not here to fix you or your husband, only your operation. Management seems very keen on keeping you in the chair. They only wish to refinish it.
Fix me.
Yes, that's my job. I'm the fixer.
And you fix people.
I fix problems. Sometimes problems are people. I choose not to separate them. But perhaps you do.
Guess who?
Daniel, we fell halfway. Come on, baby, you've been hit worse than that.
There's no need to smell gunpowder. You'll miss and you'll die. Let's just part ways like civilized people on a civilized town, looking for a civilized evening. Night's over. It's time for you two to go home.
I'll shoot you dead for that piece of leather, honey. And you do the same to me. Dying with it's nothing compared to living without it. Even if we both know it's more likely to be dirty laundry than Benjamin's. But it don't matter. This ain't civilized work and we ain't civilized people.
You're asking for a hole in the head.
Then give it to me. Gun, give me the gun.
What gun?
Give me the gun, you can't shoot for shit.
Shoot. Alright.
Only 5 bullets?
We're in a recession.
What happens to a man who is his job? Is he a man anymore, or is he just a job? Would you even be able to know? If you were him, I mean, would you look in the mirror one day and not know who you were? Or would you just see what you really are? Would you care? Would he care? I doubt it. He didn't seem like the caring type. If you were going to be a job, you might as well be good at it. I told you I met him once. I'll tell you about it. I think it was a Saturday, but it could have just as easily been a Sunday. He came in late at night, and I recognized who he was. I already heard about him before. At first, my heart fucking stopped, because I thought he'd shown up to do me in. Then I saw his belt around his waist, and I realized that if he had been, then I wouldn't have ever known I was dead. He came up to the bar, all gangly-like. He looked like he was about to trip over himself at any moment, but he never did. He sat down at the end and waited for me to finish up serving Kenny. You know Kenny? Of course you do. Everyone does. He was on his second divorce then, and so he was needing special attention that night, so I left him waiting a while. Never complained. Ever patient he was, not a peep. Didn't flag me down, didn't even look my way once. Not that I could tell, I suppose. Finally, I get over to him and I ask the bartender a question. He looks up at me, I assume he did, and says, "Do you know a Trevor Desmond?" I shake my head. Never heard of him, and if he'd been here before, I'd have heard of him. What about Garrett Finley? Him I knew for sure. Used to be friends with Willie and Billy and all those old guys from uptown. You've heard of them. Garrett was a good guy, and I knew who was asking for him, but I also knew that it wasn't my place to get in the way of the reaper and those he was reaping. If Clarence was looking for Garrett, then Garrett had done something that Garrett shouldn't have done. So I said, "Yeah, I know Garrett. He's not around tonight, though." I wasn't about to help the guy more than I had to. He shook his head and said, and I'll never forget this for as long as I live. This is what he said, verbatim. He said, "When I find him, I'll tell him you stood by him. He can carry that through the gates with him." Scariest shit I'd ever heard a fucker say. He got up to leave right after, and I called out, not knowing why. I still don't know why. What'd he do? Clarence turns to look at me, or I assume he was looking at me, and said, "He was dumb. Made himself food for the lions. I've seen it before. I'll see it again. Have a nice night." Can you believe that? Have a nice fucking night. Garrett and Trevor were both dead that nice night. I found out a week later that they'd been stealing from Nelson the Nose every week and giving it to their mothers. Helping their mothers. Dumb. Lion kibble. The only thing that keeps this place from being the fucking jungle is the concrete. And in the jungle, stupidity and empathy are synonyms.
I've heard something very disturbing about you two.
Disturbing?
And what's that?
I hear that you're hiring freelance muscle to carry out local business. Local business, which is of course tied to management's business.
What about it?
So it's true.
What's the problem?
You have no one under your direct payroll other than the bouncer at the door of the games and the dealers at the table. Everything else is done through privateers, so this is what I'd call disturbing.
I'm sorry, I guess I'm just a bit confused.
Freelancers are more expensive and less reliable.
But effective.
Irrelevant. They lack a certain employee loyalty that a dedicated worker possesses. They don't technically work for us, which makes them wild cards, which makes them dangerous.
Skilled operators don't just fall out of trees around here. What would you like us to do exactly?
Fix the problem. Or I'll be forced to do it in your stead. Something no one except for me wants, believe me. There's also the matter of cash flow. It's ceased. What are you doing to rectify the unfortunate robbery this past week?
We've shut down the games until the identity of the two men is found.
We have yet to find them.
And so you lose money. Lose management's money. And on top of all of that, no one is getting to play poker. No fun at all. You two have slit your wrists in public. Now you're bleeding green and everyone wants a taste. This makes you vulnerable. This makes you weak. Why is it that they remain anonymous?
Our contact who would normally handle this was killed recently.
Killed by who?
By happenstance. He was present at the bombing on 12th Street last Sunday.
My deepest condolences. Yet another reason to not use freelancers. They're just not always available. Does anyone else work with you often?
One other.
They shepherd our payroll back and forth twice a week. Nothing special, but they're reliable.
Is this their only branch of work?
No. From our understanding, they do a
multitude of things.
Hits?
Sure.
Good enough. I've uncovered your two robbers, Stephen and Robert Terrence. These are their birth certificates, social securities, and general whereabouts within the past 24 hours. I want you to find who they commune with and leak the location of your drop house to them.
What?
The two will arrive at the same time as your other freelancer, and the two will either kill each other, or at the very least, your privateer friend will make quick work of them. Probably the latter. Everything that I've uncovered about these two leads me to believe they are quite typical morons. Oh, goodness. They'll fall for the bait and be pushing up headstones out of the ground by tomorrow morning, as is their kind's way. What about our other operative? Simply have someone ready to clean them up after the bulk of the violence is complete.
Why? They have done good work for us. What's the point in that?
Management will not tolerate a wild card. As long as she is alive and knows, if vague details about your operation, she is dangerous. She is volatile. She is an anomaly. Regulate the situation.
And how are we supposed to do that?
Your previously mentioned bouncer. Is he not an imposing and intimidating man?
Yeah, but Reggie hasn't been in a fight in years.
Yeah, when he's that big, he doesn't throw any punches. That's why he's our bouncer.
Fine. I have my own solution. You two don't need to worry about anything. Just leak the address. And I am sorry about the inconvenience of losing your drop house, but in the long run, it will be beneficial. You know how these things go. Breaking eggs and such.
Should I go or should I stay? The band had only one more song to play. And then I saw you at the corner of my eye. A little girl alone and so shy. I had the last waltz with you. Two lonely people together. I fell in love with you. The last waltz should last forever. But the love we had was going strong. Through the good and bad we get along. And then the flame of love died in your eyes. My heart was broken too when you said goodbye. I had the last waltz with you. Two lonely people together.
Yo, what's up? And then, and this is the kicker, she has the balls, the absolute ignorance to ask me if I'd done it, which of course I didn't. What do you mean you were following me? What kind of friends are you? Holy shit. You know, you're all a bunch of snakes. You crazy sons of bitches, I don't need any of you. You're just a bunch of scum-sucking, filthy, god-awful, poor excuses for... What'd you say? I'll do that. I'll talk to you later. I love you. Kisses. You'll be there. Man of my word. I can't be there right now. I'm on a job. You know I can't tell you it's top secret. Yes, top secret is the correct term. Do you know how much trouble I can get if you're telling me? Yes, I know what they're doing. Alright, they tell me everything. I'm very involved. Yes, I'm still here. I'm listening. I'm sorry. I was... You were saying, Well, you know what? Maybe we should talk about something more interesting. This ending's like getting more okay. One second. It's a work thing, alright? And I know what I'm doing.
Clarence is dead now. Been dead for years. No one knows how he got creamed, but no one's seen him around in a long time. If you need to speak with him nowadays, you'd have to start digging. I reckon they got him. I mean they in quotation marks. Business was good for Clarence. He was the best sinner around in a neighborhood full of sinners, and he sinned for cheap. Those last few months, if you told me he was in fact working every hour of the day, I'd believe you. That was right after the hurricane. You remember that storm? You remember after? This place was a fucking shit show. It was like the apocalypse had come early. No power, barely a police force. A lot of real bad guys got their start then. To Clarence, it was like driving the ice cream truck in summertime. He did so well in all the chaos that someone noticed. They came for him. I can't know for sure, but I know in my bones. Who else could bury Clarence apart from they? I don't think he did, but I think Clarence could have made it. Maybe he did and we all just think he's dead, but something tells me he didn't. Something tells me that he wouldn't have. He was too cocky. He believed the hype. You can carry that through the gates with him. I've never forgotten that. Not only because it was some shit as cold as iron, but also I hadn't expected it from a guy with Clarence's reputation. He really thought he was good. He thought he was the Reaper, which he was, but he really fucking thought so. I bet he tried to dance with the big boys in the open air. Maybe he even lasted a while, capping one or two. But there's always another one. Another sellout, another stooge, another husk. They will get you if you stay where the sun can find you. They are the fucking sun. or at least they can afford it. Clarence believed the hype. He knew he was good. He would have tried to keep his ground, I think. If he did, then he didn't understand. It's not about being good when it comes to these guys. It's about being infinite. And the little guy just isn't. You gotta get dirty. You gotta stay in the dark. You gotta be willing to crawl through the mud. Be a rat. Be called a rat and bite like a fucking rat. You gotta not care. That's what this generation has got over the old timers. Maybe the only thing. They just don't give a fuck. I think they are the ones that did it to him. I think Clarence is buried. And I think it was a business decision, because if there's one thing this fucking place has taught me, it's that when small business gets too big, you can always bet on the house to put it out. It's just business, they say. That's what they always say. And that's all it ever is. Now, can I finally get you something to drink, or what?
So there's no debate? What about what we think? This is our operation, isn't it?
It is not your operation. And if that's the pretense you've been operating under, then no, it was an obtuse one. You run the games. People buy hope, our product of choice. The revenue derived from said hope then goes to you. You take your cut of, I believe, 5%, and the rest of it goes to management. The river flows one way, up, not down. Management pays your expenses. Management keeps law enforcement in line, and management has sent me here to you. I understand why the pair of you have been lacking as of late. I understand the cost such a change in your life can accrue. Know that I do not care. Whether you are hemorrhaging blood or money, you will die. Blocking the flow of the river is unacceptable. Know that whatever the problem is, I will fix it. Understood?
Yes.
And you?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Wonderful! Enjoy your days, and please inform me when the Terrence brothers are in possession of their final stop's address. I'll be in touch.
You had so many copies. You said so many copies.
place is here, safe and sound. Fucking.
just a poor wayfaring stranger traveling through this world of woe. There is no sickness, no toil nor danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home. I know dark clouds will gather round me. I know my way is rough and steep, but beauteous fields lie just before me, where God's redeemed their vigils keep. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home.
I'll soon be free from earthly trial. There's spotty red in the old churchyard. I'll drop this cross of self-denial and go singing home to God. I'm going there to see my Savior. I'm going there